girl Kayce, and welcome to Unboxed Radio, a show where we talk about the latest and biggest news stories in the world of sneakers. Joining me today is Cory and Marco. How are you guys doing?
Yo, what's up?
Okay, so before we get started with the first episode, let's tell viewers real quick our favorite sneakers and why. Marco?
For me, it's always been the same. Over the years, new retros have come out. It's the Royal Air Jordan 1. I have my pair of 85s right here. Which is more of a display piece, but my 01 pairs are the pairs that I've worn consistently over my adulthood, and I just love this shoe. Everything about it, can't go wrong with it. I've tried to hunt down basically every pair I've made. So here's my 85s. Love those.
Cory, talk to me.
Favorite sneaker of all time? I gotta go Jordan 3s, black cements, elephant print. I just think it was such a time and genre defining shoe. It's one that we've seen, obviously articulated both on the court, fashion-wise, and it's a cultural staple that I don't think will ever leave us. So if I had to think of my favorite shoe of all time, Jordan 3s for sure.
See, I'm gonna have to agree with you there, Cory. So I'm a true blue 3 type of girl. I love those. Aside from the 11s growing up playing basketball, I would definitely have to say between the 11s and 3s. Okay, so starting off our first segment, it is News Unboxed, a segment where we highlight the most popular and trending news stories in the world of sneakers and much more. So our first announcement is that Nike announces investment in the WNBA, which I was so excited about. You guys know I'm a huge advocate for women's basketball, so this was huge news. It almost brought tears to my eyes. So Nike announced last week its investment in the WNBA. Through investment, Nike and WNBA will be working together to help bring more visibility to the league and encourage more girls to get into the sport. Nike's VP of Partnership, Sonia Henning, said about the partnership, "Women's sports is one of the best investments with great potential to impact and grow the next era of basketball." Nike wasn't the only company that made headlines for investing in the WNBA. A number of powerful investors like former WNBA and NBA players also helped raise money for the league, like Swin Cash, Paul Gasol, Baron Davis, just to name a few. I think it was pretty awesome. And with the new investments, WNBA now valued at over $1 billion. Marco, tell me your thoughts about what you think about the Nike and WNBA investment.
Well, it's been great to see this. I mean, over the last few years, there's been a lot of new energy poured into the WNBA. You've seen it with Jordan Brand's roster of WNBA stars, and it's a good step forward from, hey, support women's sports, support women's basketball. An investment is more than just cheering them on from the sideline, to say, hey, we're invested in the success of this league and in the success of future women's hoopers, right, moving forward. So I'd love to see more, now that Nike's involved, I'd love to see more energy on the sneaker front. The WNBA tunnel fits have gotten a lot of heat. There's been a lot of heat rock there, though. So now let's see what players will get shoes or special retro Ps and things like that. I'm excited to see more of that.
Now, I agree with Marco. I think that it takes it to the next step, right? I think that obviously awareness around women's basketball as a whole has definitely grown over the last couple of years. Thanks to I think a new class of rising stars and shining stars in the league. And I think, awareness I think is key. Having a brand like Nike, for someone who may not watch women's basketball, Nike has the power and the capabilities to be able to put women's basketball into the forefront. So I'm excited. I like that, more of our athletes and more of our players and stuff like that are going to have time to shine. And I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, you guys know that the WNBA holds a really special place in my heart. And so this is just amazing, honestly. And I think that, Kobe really shed a new light on women's basketball. And I think that I love that Nike's kind of following. And all the people that invested are super huge advocates of women's basketball, and so everything just seemed very authentic there. And like Marco said, I'm really the most excited about seeing who gets a sneaker collab, because we've seen Nike do collabs with other WNBA players before, but it was nothing like a huge launch, a huge drop. It was nothing special, and so it's been a while since we've seen something, so I'm excited there as well. Okay, so moving on to the next topic, it is Nike suing StockX over sneaker NFTs. According to Reuters, Nike filed lawsuit against StockX for selling unauthorized images of their shoes as NFTs. In lawsuit, Nike claims NFTs have inflated prices and murky terms of purchase and ownership. Nike is asking that StockX be prohibited from selling and promoting its NFTs that use Nike marks. They're accusing StockX of selling over 500 Nike-branded NFTs. StockX began selling NFTs last month, and Nike is set to release a number of virtual products later on this month in conjunction with RTFKT. Thoughts on this story? Will it change the NFT game? And what do we expect from Nike RTFKT? Cory, talk to me.
I mean, listen, I'm very new and still very much learning about this whole virtual world, virtual marketplace that is growing seemingly by the day. To me, it feels like Nike's coming for everything. If you sell a nickel bag in the corner, I want in. That is how Nike's carrying it. Obviously, StockX, over the last couple of years has obviously become a major player in the sneaker game, with basically changing the way that people buy sneakers. I think this might be Nike's retaliatory attack to say, hey, you might have cornered the in real life sneaker game, but you're not going to corner the virtual game in a sense. And even to kind of find it, and even just seeing the amount that these NFTs can go for, to know that StockX rather has already sold 500. They've made some bank. So I think that Nike has a valid claim to it. This is definitely one of the things of people building the bridge and defining it as they go. So I'm kind of looking to see how they how StockX reacts if they're gonna go petty on petty and say, hey, well, you know what, we're gonna sell this on the actual platform. It can go many different ways, but I respect Nike for kind of coming for what's theirs.
Yeah, and I agree. And Nike's been trying to get into this space and investing in this space for a while with the acquisition of Artifact, and then they filed a patent for crypto kicks years ago. So this is not like Nike, somebody beat Nike to the punch. They're really just kind of using Nike's images and shoes and profiting off of that. And I'm taking my time in the NFT space. I don't know nearly enough. We here at SoleSavy, we have some projects in the works. Shout out to our Ruben. He's our first NFT community leader that for a community that we're going to build just for people who love NFTs. So I'm excited about what's to come there. But this is just a good step for consumers, because to me it looks like StockX was selling these NFTs as a way to basically just to buy them to sell them, right? It wasn't there was a lot of murkiness with the physical shoe and who gets what, and the more we do things like that, the further we get away from what I consider to be just like the core of sneakers, right? Wearing them, enjoying them, collecting them, and now people are just buying images of them to trade them and never even actually getting the shoe. So it's I have no doubt that StockX will figure out a way to do this legally or without getting into legal trouble with Nike. But it's good to see Nike finally stepping in, because we've seen this happening for a while now, and the people that are hurt the most are the consumers who just want the shoes. Now I got to pay for the shoe and then an extra who knows how many thousands of dollars for the NFT version of it. I think enough is enough, and then hopefully this starts to level that out a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. I think the NFT space is something new, and I think that we're all really trying to learn and understand it. And I think that maybe once the sneaker world gets more into it, it'll be easier for us to comprehend and understand. I think Nike has some stuff up their sleeve with NFTs, and especially I think it's really important that they're getting on companies like StockX early, especially with them looking to launch their own. So we'll see what happens. Okay, moving on to the next subject. It is Jordan Brand chairman open to working with Kanye? That is a question out there right now. So during an appearance on NPR's podcast, The Limits, Jordan Brand chairman Larry Miller praised Kanye for his success with Adidas, said he doesn't rule out a possible collab between the brands. Very interesting. He stated, I think Ye is an incredibly creative and talented person. I wish he had stayed with Nike, that he would have been great, but I can't say that it won't happen again, that we would at some point be able to do something with Kanye. I can't say that it's absolutely not going to happen. Miller also touched on the challenges Jordan Brand could be facing working with a creative like Kanye. Someone like Kanye may have this incredible idea that is fantastic. Taking that idea and making it a reality is something that could be much more of a challenge. It's really figuring out how to marry that creative with the reality of what can and can't be done. Thoughts on Miller's comments? Could collab actually happen? Marco, what do you think?
Yeah, this was interesting to see. I mean, Larry is an absolute legend in the footwear industry, and he was there promoting his book, Jump, which I'm meaning to get a copy of. It just sounds like a really powerful story of his life. And yeah, this was sparked from Marcus Jordan's comments on a DJ Khaled post that Kanye was in. He kind of gave the hint that maybe they should all get together with MJ and talk about it. But to see Larry co-sign this is, again, it shows that Kanye has reached a level where even competitors will give him praise and be be open to working with him. I personally don't think that this would happen in the near future, just because, you know, Kanye still has this Adidas thing going on. It would be hard to see what the incentives are for brands to do a collab like that. Two big competitor brands, but it's exciting to think about, right? And Kanye always has a way of making himself one of the biggest headlines in the sneaker industry, right? There's not a day that goes by that there's not a new Kanye shoe or a new outfit or a new rumor that's getting us excited. So it's fun to see, and again, it was interesting to see Larry co-sign it.
All right, so I'm a huge sports fan. I'm a huge basketball fan. I am probably one of the biggest Philadelphia sports fans that you guys will ever know. This is James Harden for Ben Simmons in the sneaker world, right? Like, you know, the rumors, the speculation, you know, seeing Marcus Jordan talking about it before, seeing Kanye put the Jumpman on Instagram, and now to see Mr. Miller, Philadelphia's finest, to see him kind of actually stoke the fires of the potential rumor, I think it's very interesting. Kind of like what Marco said, Kanye's still in that Adidas deal. You know, I think it's a pretty extensive deal, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's pretty long. So, you know, I don't know if that's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if some kind of like backdoor or like, you know, side collaboration could happen. So if it's like, you know, just spitting like a Just Don shoe designed by Kanye West that it isn't necessarily a part of the Yeezy brand. You know, it is still affiliated with a Nike or, you know, a Jordan or something like that. If something were to happen, I think that could be it. But to see the rumors, man, I mean, it's good. You know, let's get the deal done. Yeah,
I gotta say one last time, I've been a Kanye fan long enough to know that if someone tells him he can't do something or create some limits for him, he's gonna find a way to do that. So I don't want to be in a position to doubt that man, because he's done everything that people said he couldn't do. So, like Larry said, never say never.
100%.
Okay, moving on to our next segment. It is Drops of the Week. A look at some of the coveted sneaker releases of the week. Are these a buy or are they a pass? So our first sneaker up is the Bad Bunny Adidas Forum PWR Catch and Throw. This is releasing Wednesday, February 9th at $160. Thoughts on this shoe? Are they a buy or a pass? Corey, what are you thinking?
Okay, first look at these shoes. I'm a fan of pastel colors and tonals. I'm not a fan of pastels, colors, and black. Like, I think the black kind of throws this off a little bit for me. You know, I'm not mad at the actual. I'm not mad at the actual model. I think the colors could be something. I think like if you did something there, the black is really just throwing it off. I think this would be a pass for me.
Oh my god, I totally could see you in these, Corey. I'm not even trying to be funny. I know we've talked about this before, like sneakers. I can see you in, but I can absolutely see you rocking this sneaker.
I don't
like with your feet how long right now, you could do it.
It's the model's dope. Like I could definitely see me wearing like that actual model. The black with the pastel, like I don't know, that was that pistachio. If that was like
your
maybe
shirt
like
right now, if you would have told me you had these sneakers on right now, I'd have believed you.
Kind of goes with the fit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look at it.
Okay, so for clarity, I'm currently wearing my Hawaii Pele Nike SB Dunks right now with this outfit I have on.
Okay, flex on this.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. The funny thing is, like, I could see if you were to tell me, Kayce, and we're gonna get to you, but like if you told me you like this, I could see it. But for me, it's a pass.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, Marco, what you think?
It's a pass for me, but I really like the Bad Bunny stuff because you see his fan base really embracing it, and we've been in this like era of sneakers where everybody feels like they have to like the same things, right? The same shoes. So it's really refreshing to see these shoes like selling out and people loving them that I have no interest in, because it's just cool to see that like the genre is growing and it's attracting new people and new fans. So I think it's cool, but pass for me.
Yeah, I think the colorway is cool. The silhouette is cool. I'm just not like a huge like Adidas girl, so I'm gonna have to pass. But Corey, you should definitely cop them. Okay, sorry, moving on to the next sneaker. It is the Nike Air Max 95 Ironstone, also releasing Wednesday, February 9th at $185. Thoughts on this shoe? Are they a buy or a pass? Marco, what do you think?
First look, I mean, when I see a shoe like this, you know, takedown colorway where this is giving me like neon vibes, then I still really want, you know, neon 95. So it would be a pass for me. But it's interesting. Like, I don't know. I'm curious what that mudguard is. Is it like weatherproof or something? But I could see people really liking this shoe. It's a nice little touch.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I like these. Now, these I like. You know, obviously, you know, the neon 95s are a classic. You know, I happened to find a pair not too long ago that I'm really, really happy with. Like, kind of like what you said, Marco, the mudguard looks kind of dope. if I could definitely see these as like not necessarily a beater, but like I'm pretty sure you guys have it like a fire rain shoe where it's like, oh, I gotta be outside, but like also like y'all gonna know I got heat on me. Yep. I like these. These are a cop for me. These are dope.
Yeah, these are an absolute cop for me. Like the neon 95s are like so nostalgic to my like growing up trying to like buy sneakers. I remember my cousin, she had them and I thought she was like the coolest person in the world. So I was like, I want to be just like her. She wears 95s and she like laced them all cool. And so I love 95s. I love the silhouette. People always tell me they look like Skechers, which I really don't care. But these really? I would definitely cop. Okay, so the last sneaker is going to be the Nike Blazer Low acronym Night Maroon and the Nike Blazer Low acronym Night Black. Both pairs released on Thursday, February 10th at $140 each. Thoughts on this shoe? Are they a buy or a pass? Cory, your face is very telling. So
no, okay, so all right. No, because I'm looking at the shoe and I see what looks like it looks like it's kind of pre-destroyed or has like a pre-destroyed look. I was trying to figure out if that was like 2D or 3D. That's why I was looking at it like that. I mean, initial reaction, yeah, this might be a little bit too loud for my personal sense of style, both with like the actual 2D 3D destroy look and like the what looks like a Call of Duty pod on the back. You know, I mean, it's definitely futuristic. I can see this being for people, but this isn't really my style.
Yeah, I've been a massive fan of the acronym Nike collaborations dating back to the Lunar Force. The Presto was sneaker of the year, I think, in like 2016. And I even have a pair of the super high Air Force Ones. The name is escaping me. So I got a pair of these sitting here. I haven't figured out how I'm going to wear them or what I'm going to do with them. But I think I've been following, the acronym Nike stuff for so long. So I'm happy to have a pair just because he's done some amazing shoes with them. And this one, again, it's a little outside of my usual style. It's a little aggressive and technical, but that's what those acronym shoes are, right? Like he's made, every shoe he's made has gone a little bit crazier. And when you look at the design language and how it ties into just like the main acronym line and the type of clothes that he makes, I could see why people really like this. I have a friend who's like a diehard acronym fan. He wants to get both of them. He needs the whole apparel collection. So yeah, I love to see designers making shoes for their target audience and then trying to bring new people in instead of trying to cater to the trends. So that's exactly what this shoe is. So I think it's cool.
Yeah, no, I think it's a cool looking shoe. I think it's very unique, and I love unique. I loved the acronym Prestos, but I don't know. I just cannot get with that whole chunky looking thing on the back. I'm not even sure really what it is.
It's like a heel stop.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm supposed to have like Heelys on or something. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of them. I'm not really a fan of like blazers, lows, really. Anyway,
I don't think that's a hot take. That's a medium take.
So I'm gonna pass on these. Okay, so we are moving on to Community Buzz. It is a segment where we highlight our community, its members, and its leaders. So big news here: SoleSavy signed Shayden Sharp to NIL deal. SoleSavy recently announced major news: NIL partnership with Kentucky freshman guard Shayden Sharp. Shayden Sharp is a 5-star recruit from Ontario. He was ranked the #1 player in the class of 2022 by ESPN. First NIL deal for SoleSavy, huge win. Marco, explain a little bit of the deal for us.
Yeah, well, I have to start by saying, fresh off the press, John Calipari tweeted maybe 30, 40 minutes ago as we were getting ready to record that Shayden will be sitting out this season. So that's definitely big news, but they're talking about it as if he will return next year. Again, for a guy who was ranked #1 in his class before he reclassified, I wouldn't be shocked to see him make the jump. But regardless of that, it's awesome to have him on board with SoleSavy. It just made a lot of sense. Our company is founded in Canada. Our founders are Canadian, so there's a lot of synergy there between us being a shoe-focused brand, our love for basketball, him being a local kid over there. So it's really exciting to see this NIL space because, like we were talking about earlier with the NFTs, we're still at the very infant stages of like what this is going to do for student athletes and for people in general. So I love to see us like participating here at the early end and getting somebody on board who's authentic to our brand and what we're trying to do for people in sneakers.
Yeah, no, huge kudos to SoleSavy. Again, being like an NCAA former athlete, the NIL space is huge, and honestly, it's like a long time coming. Better late than never. So I'm really happy that SoleSavy is diving into this space and, kind of being one of the pioneers for it, especially being such a big company. So this is great. All right, so moving on to our last segment of the show, it is You Deadass, a fun segment where we highlight and share our thoughts on the wildest stories that went viral this week. So a man converts his Jordan 4 golf shoe into an Air Jordan 4 bred sneaker. IG user 365 a Muscle UK posted series of photos on IG of an Air Jordan 4 golf shoe getting turned into a regular pair of Air Jordan bred sneakers. He then screwed out the golf spikes found on the bottom of the shoes, replaced it with a custom black rubber outsole. Corey, what you think in your face?
Okay, all right. So Unboxed family, one thing you're gonna realize about me is that I'm very, my reactions, you're gonna see my face reactions whether I like or not like something. So get used to this. A wise man by the name of Michael Irvin once said, "We are losing recipes," and this is a very classic version of that. I'm not I understand how hard it is to buy shoes now. I am definitely one of the people that I'm like, the game is messed up. With that being said, I'm not really that mad of him trying to remake the Jordan 4s, the bred ones. It's the fact that it looks like he just took 2 pieces of tire and stuck it on the sole and then tried to call it a bred. That I can't really rock with. That's what really was generating the reaction out of me. Yeah, man, kind of like what Marco said, the point of the sneaker game, as we know it in its true essence, is to collect shoes, to find shoes, to buy shoes, most importantly, to wear shoes. I think that's one of the best things about SoleSavy is that it allows people and is really creating an environment for people to be able to buy the shoes that they want to buy. Hopefully, just the game can kind of reset itself so that guys like this don't have to do this. A for effort, D for execution, man. Because it's not when I'm expecting, as you're saying this case, I'm expecting he did a full sole swap. Took a pair of sole from an old Jordan 4 or something like that. No, he literally just took some rubber and put it on the existing sole. Man, this is one of them Jones. If you wear it to school, you might get clowned by a third period. Yeah, man. A for effort and A for understanding. I feel you, big dog. I would want the shoes if y'all didn't have them too, but we gotta figure something else out.
First of all, Nike Jordan shoes are hard to get, so the fact that you would ruin that, it's a lot of dedication. He must have really wanted those bred 4s, which I don't blame him. That's one of my favorite shoes of all time. At all. I'm not a big golf person, so I don't know if if this was just done in a trolley way to get a joke off on IG and he can just go back to normal, because it kind of looks like that, right? They can just screw him back on. I don't know. Sneakers are, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun, and when things like this pop up on the internet, assuming that it was a joke, I always think it's funny to see the foolery that people do with their shoes. I remember when someone was trying to custom make Yeezys back in the day, they had a sock on with an orange stripe on it, and those type of things go viral, and they're funny, poking fun at sneaker culture. But yeah, I'm just surprised that someone would want to alter a bred 4, because I'm imagining that shoe is in pretty high demand. My friends who play golf love Jordan 4 golf or Jordan golf shoes in general. They're really hard to get, so it's interesting to see that happen. But yeah, that bottom is just hilarious. The fact that he left a little space for the Jumpman, though, I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah, no, I always hear my friends that play golf struggling to find Jordan golf shoes. So I feel those people are cringing inside. Oh,
they are upset.
I'm so upset. I just feel this was just so unnecessary. It wasn't even done. I'm looking at this sole and I'm there's no way. It literally looks like he just pieced it.
It's a bike tire. It's not you can't even say this is a custom when you say a custom rubber sole, I'm thinking, okay, sole swap, bong, 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 whatever. Nah, man, I think, now that you say that, Marco, this might just be a joke. This might just be a joke, might be a troll.
It's not even done tastefully.
Something to land on complex. Hey, guys, look what I did. And then he got his regular golf 4s, but...
Yeah, I was about to say, if he was trying to, go viral or whatever, get attention,
he achieved
definitely worked, because it ended up on Unboxed stuff.
There it is. We are losing recipes, y'all.
Well, I appreciate you guys. If you like the show, make sure to hit that like button below, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Tune in this Thursday for a new episode of Unboxed Radio, and make sure to check us out every week on Mondays and Thursdays. Marco, Cory, thank you for being here with me, guys, and I will see you guys on Thursday.
We'll see y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.